Salut Sacred Souls, it is Syrian Mermaid and welcome back to the channel. So we are going to tap right into fire signs. What is going on? What predictions and spiritual guidance can we get from our spirit teams for the week of March 27th to April 3rd? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and cleanse. I hope you're doing a beautiful, amazing, having a nice day, Soul Tribe. Okay, we're just going to tap right in. I've got a couple decks here. And at the end of the reading, I'm going to roll some astro dice to get maybe some signs, planets, and number synchronicities that may correlate to the messages for this week that is upcoming. All right, let me just cleanse myself. Ashe. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my shop is down below. It is upgraded, updated, and looks really beautiful. So feel free to book your one-on-one call with me or a pre-recorded video reading, and I will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. Or 48 to 72. It depends how many questions you have, but I do my best to get back to you as soon as possible, okay? All right, fire signs. What's going on for the week of March 27th to April 3rd? Can we get 2 more cards? 2 more cards, Spirit. Let's get a general synopsis for Fire Gang. Okay. We got your energy coming out with the Ace of Wands. I've got the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the, excuse me, the 7 of Pentacles upright. So the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Okay, this is the Queen. So she is reversed. I'm gonna pull a clarify for that, but it's kind of giving the energy right now, fire signs, that you could be a little bit frustrated with something like now I'm clearing my throat chakra. Excuse me. Okay, so you could be frustrated actually with something in your business or something you've been watering for a while, and there may be a little bit of hiccups right now, but I feel as though these hiccups are actually going to help you to innovate something new. Like this week, I think you're gonna have to get creative with the 7 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. I also feel like let's clarify each card because this can kind of get into different aspects. Something says pull from Amira's Oracle, Amira's Love Oracle. Something's telling you to do that really quick, so I'm just going to tap right into that. Okay, let's see here, Spirit. Clarify that Ace of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my god, a lot came out. Reversed. Yeah, work. The work card popped out really quickly. It went back in the deck. There it goes. Work. So something with your profession, college, workplace, it says. So you could be either in school or you could be trying to build your career. I was literally going to say career, and their career card comes out. Thank you, Spirit, confirmation. Most High come through, like, excuse me. So business, success, advancement. Like I said, you could be in college or you could have a business, some sort of trade. Someone could be a day trader. True love. True love is coming out as well. And obstacles wanted to peer out. Pure love, honest connection. Interesting. What else? Short term and Ice Queen, but these were in the reverse. So you could be walking away from a certain situation. I feel like someone who really does care for you, who really does actually love you. There seems to be some sort of blockage, like energetically. This is actually tea. Okay, 3 of Cups. This could be for some of you, there's someone at work. I'm gonna try to focus in on the energy because there's a lot of you, but there's someone, for some of you, there's someone at work that you could be interested in, like some sort of, or there's just an honest connection, like someone at work is gonna offer you an opportunity to get back on your feet or recover from a disappointment, an obstacle, help you move past your obstacle. The obstacle could also be yourself. Maybe you're struggling discerning, you know, the best ways to pursue or continue some pursuit in your business or in your field line of work, or this could refer to relationships. So definitely take it as it resonates, because there is sort of romantic or like love aspect here. Okay, tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Why is that short-term reverse card with the Queen, Ice Queen, coming out reverse, Spirit? What's that about, please? Clarify that. You may be feeling a little bit, I heard small. I think you're starting to get in your head because you could have had a setback in your business or career, or maybe you didn't perform as well in something that you thought you did. I heard maybe you didn't get the grant. I heard maybe there's some sort of blockage that is coming up. There's some sort of obstacle. And again, it feels like the obstacle could be something that you may have not watered enough, because maybe you have some sort of like limiting belief about yourself or about what you're doing, that you can't, like, you're being called to take a leap of faith to try something new. And that may be why something you've been working towards is having some wrenches thrown in the plans, because you're being called to take a different approach. And maybe it's just that something that you've been investing in for a long time is just not something that really gives you the passion that you need to keep moving forward. So you need either to end some sort of short-term thing that's not fulfilling you, or it feels temporary, or, excuse me, my throat chakra, certain people could be involved that doesn't really bring fulfillment to you. There's like a resistance coming up. There's a resistance coming up in your energy field. Yeah, now I have Temperance, Strength, and Nine of Wands. There is a resistance coming up in your energy field. Okay. With Strength and you may be like working a lot trying to, I heard, make ends meet. But you could be receiving communication, Page of Swords, from someone in some sort of authority or leadership that gives you, that shows you new options, new ways you can do things. That you could be called to reach out to an accountant. You could be called to reach out to some sort of, I heard, business executive. Like, there's somebody that you may be able to reach out to who does care about you and your well-being. You could have been keeping this thing silent for a while because you just wanted to focus. You wanted things to work out. But I feel like you could have a little bit of a sense of pride. Maybe you didn't want to have to come to somebody for something, but I think, what's the advice, Spirit? Yeah, I feel like you should seek some sort of insight or guidance from somebody in authority, because it's going to help boost you and put you in a self-empowered position in your life. But getting some sort of advice, and also being able to learn from your mistakes. You're being called to reflect on certain choices and, learn from them, grow from them. You could also be in contact with somebody who made certain mistakes, like a mentor who made certain mistakes in the past, but they became very successful and victorious as a result of learning from those mistakes. So I feel like there's something that, what's with the Three of Swords and the Seven of Cups? You could have felt like played out of opportunity before, or like your talents, your heart, your passion was exploited in a way that didn't really give you the upper hand in the situation, but feels like a setback, or you had to work harder for certain things. But what's the advice to that? This is so you can this is happening so you can transmute this energy of some sort of frustration and obstacles, some sort of delays, so you can reroute. I heard GPS route, something about you driving somewhere this week, and then I get the Eight of Wands. You know how it goes, you guys. But and then now it's 11:11 on the recording timer. So I feel like you're gonna be aligned to connect with certain people. You could be called to go out and meet someone this week, or the week of the 27th to April 3rd, and connect with someone that can, I feel like you'll be sharing your grievances with this person. Like if you feel a little bit passionate, upset, you know, defensive, there could be some sort of conversation that can be a little bit triggering. But I feel like this is to help you expand from the Page to the Queen of Swords. So say you have some grievances or things that are, you know, stressing you out. This could even be relating to family or certain dynamics and connections that, like a group of people, and how you relate to that group of people, and how that group of people could have caused certain blockages or delays for you, or just hardship in some ways. But I think there's a part of you, somebody's going to be, there's an energy of you being held accountable, but not in the sense that like you're not doing the work. It's just, what else could you do? What could you do more of? What could you be better at within yourself, where these blockages are negligent? Like these blockages don't have to be your problem necessarily. It could just be that you're needing to step out a little bit more on faith and showcase maybe more of your talent, communicate what you do, get yourself kind of out there. I heard marketing, multi-level marketing. You could be called to kind of take more of an executive position. I feel like an opportunity is going to be extended to you. That's going to, it could feel like a lot, but I think this is something you may have prayed for. It's a sign. So that you can apply yourself in a way that actually does fulfill you and does pay off over time. I feel like your efforts aren't in vain. It's just you could be getting rerouted by the GPS right now. A lot of that has to do with you're going to be traveling this week, whether that's long distance. What about this travel, Spirit? Tell me a little bit more. Uh-oh. Yeah, it can feel a bit heavy this week. I feel like there's a lot of some sort of conversation. Something, this could take place over social media. Something could frustrate you or make you feel a little bit defeated, like stressed. So I would just look out for certain, what's the advice for that? For those of you who pray, you know, and believe in God or have a faith, I would definitely tap more into your faith and like with the Fool, this is like a leap of faith. I would definitely hone into that to get some more insight as to what is best for you to do. You could feel like, for some of you fire signs, you could feel like certain people are getting ahead by taking shortcuts, and that may make you a bit bitter, to be honest. And that's crazy that I say that, because with the Ice Queen reverse in short term, that's exactly kind of what that is. You could be a little bit bitter that some people seem to be getting ahead because they are taking advantage of opportunities, financial opportunities, in a way that may not be the most honest, or that you feel is, you may not agree with, or you may not be moved by. But I feel like the lesson in this is also to learn from other people that, hey, maybe you don't have to do it that way. But something about being critical, trying to be too critical about other things, other people. Your guides are advising you to be mindful of your thoughts this week. They're advising you to be mindful of your thought process, because they don't want you hampering the potential of your new soul gifts that they want to show you, expose to you. They don't want you sabotaging connections because you're carrying a grief or a frustration from a situation that you are trying to navigate. But you may need to incorporate new tools. So for that, it's best to have a certain energy so you can attract also the right people along with the right tools to bring about positive change in your life. I feel like you could be definitely disappointed with certain things or certain people in your life, but you're being called not to focus on the disappointment, but to learn from those people and from those things that you may or may not agree with, and try to take the good from it, because there could be like, hey, say they may not be doing like the best, or they may not be doing things the best way, but they're doing it. You know what I mean? Like they're applying themselves. So you're being called to just focus on what you want to manifest and not what other people are doing in this whole big simulation, this rat race, this matrix, whatever you want to call it. This whole freaking pyramid scheme of a planet. You're being called to focus on your dreams and your goals. Don't get distracted with what other people are doing or not doing. You may get a little too curious if you're being a little too lax. If you're taking too much time to reflect, you may be sitting there and criticizing others. So you're being called to either avoid these kinds of energies that are kind of idle. I heard idle time is the devil's workshop. Because even if you feel a little stuck in something, or say you're on, I heard bed rest, you could be in a position where you have a delay, like you have to rest, you have to sit down, you have to take a break, or you can't move any more forward on something. There's nothing more you can do in a certain area at this time. But you're being called to reflect on your efforts and what you can do better and all the good that you have cultivated, and that sometimes new is okay. And sometimes new is okay. You're being called to try something new, even if it doesn't last that long, or even if it's just short-lived. Like, just be open to a new opportunity or prospect. What other advice do we have for the reader spirit? For the reader, you could be another reader. Read books. The answer is in a book. Find a book that fits your fancy. What the hell? Spirit, that's funny. Find something that, yeah, I feel like there's some sort of avoidance of an inner truth. There's like a dishonest, heavy energy this week. Somebody could be trying to avoid their inner demons or shadows. I would also steer clear of this kind of energy. You may find that some of you could be working with certain people that, like influencers, or people that are well known, and people that get a lot of attention or likes or follows or just stuff like that. But it's like, you see that, this is just an example, but you see that, oh, maybe you don't feel like you're moving as fast in something or growing as much, but other people are, because it's like they're doing things that sell, that kind of appeals to people, or like it's what the people want, or it's what captures the attention of people, but it's not something that you find to be either the most tasteful, or you could be called to reflect on some sort of behavior or quality within self that could be not aligned with your highest truth, and to even pivot into something new. I have the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. I feel like there's a new connection you'll make through that as well. Someone new you're going to meet that helps connect you to your inner truth, that helps you to reflect on something, and that also helps you to understand more of why you maybe are reacting or responding or doing things a certain way in your life, and to help you free up some of those blockages. It seems like a new love, like someone, a soulmate, a new opportunity in your career or your love life. Something new is coming in for you, and I feel like this person definitely supports you a lot. And this is kind of giving like a familial energy. For some of you, you could be healing from some sort of like toxic relationship, or even infidelity was coming up in the reading, or some sort of heavy connection, heavy cycle, and you're being called to open up to something new, but to also reflect on what are limiting beliefs that you still may be holding on to, that are no longer serving you, and allowing growth to come into your life. So now we're going to roll some astro dice, okay, fire signs? Okay, I hope this is helpful and gives some clarity to you. Okay, so we have the number 12. Some of you could be connected to a Pisces in 3. You could be a life path 3, okay? 3. 1, 2, 3, you could be ready to take off and start something new, even if you have to take a break on something else you have started. I forget, you guys, I think this is Neptune. So I'm getting strong Pisces energy between the Hangman, the number 12, okay, on the astro dice, and I believe this is Neptune, okay? So something about you kind of being more open to different things in your life. We have some Libra energy and some Virgo energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra or Virgo, or something significant in your life is connected to those seasons. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind that is tied to the message today for the week. So I hope that helps, fire signs. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to connect in with the Sacred Soul Tribe. And without further ado, je t'aime et à la prochaine.